Bhatia in front of you. Students, this is the video lecture for class 11 where we are going to discuss about the second chapter of class 11, that is a unit and measurement. So students, in the last lectures we have discussed a lot of things about the physics in the previous lecture. So I am giving you a quick glance that what do you mean by physics. Already we have discussed that the physics is the branch of science which deals with all the natural phenomena which may happen in our universe. So it is a branch of science, a branch of science which deals with natural phenomena. Okay. So here, student, via this video lecture, I am going to give you the idea about what is the unit and measurement. So before going to state about the chapter, first we have to know that what is measurement. Whenever we are going to discuss about the chapter, so first thing which came in our mind that what is the measurement? What do you mean by the measurement? So measurement is the procedure or way in which we can determine the shape and size of something, or to give the magnitude of the body. It means that a way, measurement is what? That is a way or method for determination of size or magnitude of an object or any body is called what? That is the measurement. Okay. So student, if someone may ask with you that what do you mean by the measurement, then you will give an explanation that sir, measurement means that a way or a method by which we can determine the size or give the magnitude of an object, how much amount of matter it may consist. That method is said to be the measurement. Now student, the next thing which may come in your mind, that what is the need of measurement? Why it come in existence? Why we are going to learn about the measurement? Because in our daily life, each and every day, we are measuring something. Means we are calculating the amount of matter of something. Whether it may be 1 kg of potato, 1 kg of sugar, 1 meter of length we have covered, 5 kilometers we have covered with the bicycle. So what are these things? These all things are the physical quantities. To measure those things, measurement is required. So the need of the measurement is that to give the magnitude of the something. So to give the magnitude of something what? Measurement came in existence. This is the need of measurement in our daily life. So student, here I have given you the idea that the measurement is what? It is a method or a way by which we can determine the size of an object or something. Either we can give the magnitude of an object, that way is said to be the measurement, and the need of measurement is that to give the magnitude of something in our daily life, it is coming existence. So student, now we are moving towards the physical quantity. What do you mean by the physical quantity? So one by one I am going to give you the idea. What do you mean by the physical quantity? So student, whenever I am delivering the lecture, must keep a piece of paper and pen with you, and the topic which you understood, just write down onto that piece of paper, so that when I am not there, you can easily understood that what sir have taught. So student, here now I am writing the next topic is that the physical quantity. Physical, so it is having some moisture. So physical quantities. What type of the quantities are said to be the physical quantities? So any quantity which is related with the physical phenomena are said to be the physical quantities. Any quantity which is related with the natural phenomena or physical phenomena is said to be that what? That is a physical quantity. Okay, physical quantity. Now the next thing which may come in your mind that, sir, what kind of the quantities we may say which may termed as a physical quantity? So in our daily life we are covering some distance. So distance may be the physical quantity. With some speed we are covering some distance, so the speed may be the physical quantity. Next, we are moving in a finite direction, so what? That the length may be the physical quantity. Whenever we are moving towards the market, we are purchasing something, so the amount of substance may be the physical quantity, or any other thing which may have which is connected with the physical phenomena is said to be the physical quantities. So here I have given you the physical quantities. So now the student, now the next topic is what do you mean by the unit? What is unit? As I have earlier said to you that the measurement is the way or method by which we can determine that what? That is the magnitude of a something. So what is unit? Measurement is connected with the unit. Unit is what? Unit is a set parameter in which we can give the magnitude of something. It means that a standard parameter in which the measurement of an object may represent is called as unit. It means that for example, if we are purchasing 1 kg of sugar, so 1 is the magnitude and kg is the unit to represent 1 kg sugar. 1 kg sugar or 1 liter milk. Okay, 1 liter of cold drink. So what is that? What is that? Here 1, 1, 1. So 1 is the magnitude of something, 1 kg. So here kg is what? Here kg is that standard parameter in which something is going to be measured. So student, unit is defined as a standard parameter or a set parameter, a fixed parameter in which the measurement is carried out for an object. So it is known as the units. So now the next topic is moving towards the next topic. What will be the type of the physical quantities? What do you mean by the physical quantities and how many types of the physical quantities are there? Now moving towards the physical quantities. Students, by talking about the physical quantities, earlier I have said to you that any quantity which is related with the physical phenomena is said to be the physical quantities. Now we are going to categorize these physical quantities. So the physical quantity is subcategorized into the two parts. The physical quantity is basically subcategorized into the two parts. The first one is the fundamental quantity, and the next one is that the derived quantity. So one by one we will discuss about these two things. And one more thing is there about the physical quantity which we will give you later. So students, here we are going to discuss, here we have classified the physical quantity into the two parts, fundamental quantity and derived quantity. One more type of the quantity is there, that is a supplementary quantity. Okay, so one by one we will discuss about these all things. So first the thing is that what do you mean by the fundamental quantity? What do you mean by the fundamental quantities? Any physical quantity which does not require the help of any other quantity for its existence, or any physical quantity which is independent of other quantity is called fundamental quantities. Okay, so any physical quantity which is independent of any other quantity is said to be the physical quantity. In lower classes, or students, in the lower classes we have learned the vowel and consonants. So at that time, how you have memorized those things? Vowel are those alphabets which need not require the help of any other alphabet for its pronunciation. It means that those words are those letters are independent. So here similarly, any physical quantity which is independent of the other quantity is said to be the fundamental quantities. Whereas talking about the derived quantity. Derived quantities are those quantities are those physical quantities which depends or derived from fundamental quantities called as derived unit. Okay, derived quantities. Okay students, so if someone may ask with you that what is the basic difference between the fundamental quantity and derived quantity, then surely you will explain that a physical quantity which is independent to the other quantities is said to be the fundamental quantity, whereas any physical quantities which is dependent on or derived with the help of fundamental quantities, it is said to be the derived quantities. In spite of these two, fundamental quantities and derived quantities, there is also a quantity that is supplementary quantity which is known as the radian and strain radian. This supplementary quantity is used whenever we are talking about the angular motion. Whenever a body is moving in an angular form, angular motion, then at that time we are giving that the radian and steradian for the calculation of angular displacement. Okay, students. So one by one we are going to discuss these two quantities. So now the next topic is that what is the fundamental quantities, how many fundamental quantities are there and how many derived quantities are there. So I am going to discuss about the fundamental quantities. So students, hopefully you are getting my point. So please note down in your copy whatever the topics I am going to deliver. So students, please be sure that if you are having any doubt, you may ask me in the comment section. Okay, students. So students, if you are talking about the physical quantity, that the first one is the fundamental quantity, fundamental quantities, fundamental quantity. So what I have given as the explanation that those quantities which are independent to any other physical quantity, that it is said to be the fundamental quantities. There are basically 7 fundamental quantities. So I am writing here, there are 7 fundamental quantities as follows. Okay, so I am going to write the name of all those 7 fundamental quantities. Sorry. So first fundamental quantity is what? In each and everyday life we are measuring the mass. So unit of mass will be, I am going to give those fundamental quantity with the unit. So mass is always measured in kilogram, kg. Okay? Okay, kilogram. The next fundamental quantity is mass, then length. So each and every day, whenever we are covering some distance, that is in length, so length is given is in meters. Okay. Now the third fundamental quantity is time. Time is measured in seconds. Okay. Now the fourth fundamental quantity is temperature. So temperature is measured in Kelvin or degree Celsius. Okay, students. So here I have one is the 4 fundamental quantities, mass, which is measured in, this is the units of those fundamental quantities. So mass is measured in kg, length in meters, time in second, and temperature is in Kelvin or degree Celsius. Now moving to the 5th fundamental quantity, that is the electric current. Electric current, with which we are always blowing all the equipment in our house. So electric current denoted by I, and its unit will be what? Ampere. Ampere. Now the sixth one is luminous intensity. Luminous intensity, which is given by candela, which represented by CD. CD stands for candela. Now the seventh one is that the amount of substance which is given in the mole. Okay, students. So here I have listed the 7 fundamental quantities: mass, length, time, temperature, electric current, luminous intensity, and amount of substance. So students, now we are going to discuss about the derived quantities. Any quantity which is derived with the help of fundamental quantity is said to be the derived quantity. Okay, students? So now just move towards the derived quantity. What do you mean by the derived quantity? I have given this idea to you. Now moving towards the derived quantity. The next category is derived quantity. So what do you mean by the derived quantity? Derived quantities are those quantities which may derive with the help of the fundamental quantity. So what may be the fundamental quantities? Basically we are using that the mass, length and time in each and everyday life. So students, speed, if we are giving the speed of a vehicle, so speed is equals to distance upon time. Students, do you know speed is a scalar quantity because it is not having the direction. So a physical quantity which is having only the magnitude is said to be the scalar quantity, whereas any physical quantity which may have the direction as well as the magnitude is said to be the vector quantity. So speed is a scalar quantity and it is dependent on distance. Distance is calculated in length and time is in second. So distance is measured in length, okay, length covered, and time is in second. So length and second is the fundamental quantity. It means that the speed is the derived quantity with the help of length and second. Next, acceleration. If we are giving the idea about the acceleration is rate of change of velocity. Means change in velocity with respect to time. It means that change in velocity means delta v upon time t. So change in velocity will be same. That is the displacement upon time. Change in velocity will be change in displacement upon time upon